Hello.
Okay, right. Jason, you have a few more subjects. Why don't you start? Welcome to today's podcast.
Welcome to part 2, which is released on Monday. What day is it? Well, yeah, I don't know if we should do that one because that links into E3.
Okay,
We're not going to do that yet. We'll do
that the last.
We'll do that later.
So we'll do it later.
Yeah. In America, in California, they are
California. Sorry, I can't stop singing today.
We've got it in. We've got him in here. We were doing that airsoft earlier. During lunch, we just stood around a car just singing songs.
Acapella songs.
We're just singing songs non-stop. We're getting some really weird looks, and I think there's a video recorded which might be up on Facebook at some point.
For some reason,
I hope so.
Phil's saying he's not going to upload it. I don't know what's going on.
Gay boy. But in California,
Phil, if you're watching this, you're not really gay.
no. In California, they are giving away free solar panels to the poorest residents.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
good.
Yeah.
Who's giving it away?
Obviously, maybe the California state of California.
Yeah.
They're giving away solar panels to the poorest. They're going to donate about roughly 1,600 panels to the poorest residents, which are photovoltaic systems. So obviously they create electricity.
Right.
The photovoltaic systems they create. Yes. And it will give a household a saving of $22,800 over 30 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it might not seem like quite a lot over 30 years, but
that's money that you can. I mean, that's money they can put towards their kids going to college and all that.
30
medical
years,
bills and
so,
etc. etc. Of course, Matthew.
Drugs and alcohol.
Thanks, Matthew. Thank you for your contribution this week.
That's right. Do you get those phone calls? Because I know we get them quite a bit.
What phone calls?
Hi, you have been nominated for a government-selected scheme introducing, giving out free solar panels, blah blah blah.
They might be real.
What, automated machine?
Well, maybe.
No, they're not real.
How do you know?
None of them are real.
Does it tell you to call them back? If it does, then that's fake.
Most of them will say, call us back at this time to organise a free few.
No.
Don't call them back.
No,
Jason's doing some math.
I don't do any of that. I mean, people call me. They go, hi, have you saw PPR? And I always say, my God, yes, I've got all these sheets and documents of PPR. I don't know what to do with them. Can you help me make my money back? They go, oh yeah, if you give us the... I'm like, look, give me 5 minutes. I said, I need to run out to my office outside. I'll come back in and I'll tell you all about this stuff. And I put the phone down. I said, I just leave it on and I just leave it there for about an hour. Pick it up every once in a while to see if she's there. You can still hear people in the background going, she's still waiting. Fucking idiot.
I got a phone call the other day, actually. I can't remember what day it was, but we were in a supermarket and I had a phone, I was just looking at something and I had a phone call. I was like, hello? And they're basically saying, oh yeah, we've got on our records that you've been in an accident, and did you know that you can claim because you were in an accident? It's like, I wasn't in an accident. And they're like, oh, maybe it's someone else on your policy in an accident in a car. I was like, I'll stop you there. I don't own a car. I haven't got insurance. I don't own a vehicle. And they're like, oh, then I don't know what it is. Like, neither do I. Get rid of it, please.
That's interesting because I got a call about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, were you in an accident recently? And I said, yes. I said, yes, recently. They said, well, was it in the last couple of years? I said, no, it's about 8 years ago. They said, oh, well, it's too late to claim. I was like, well, thanks.
Well, thank you, yeah.
I already claimed, but I don't know what you were calling me for, you dickhead.
I used to know a guy, he got a phone call, I think it was about mortgages or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And he sort of picked them, so like, oh yeah, will you tell me all about that, please? Yeah, I'm really interested. Can you just tell me? He just put the phone down like that, and he went off to the shopping for an hour. Came back, picked the phone up, it's still connected, so, oh, sorry about that, I must have dozed off. I mean, can you explain it to me again? So, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
so
they had to, though.
He then put the phone down again, and went off and did some gardening.
The thing is, they have to stay on the line. They can't hang up.
Yeah.
They have to stay on the line. The thing is, he might be taking the piss, but once they realise he's not there, they'll probably just stay on the line, take their heads, go have a cup of tea, have a fag, go for a loo, come back.
You say that though, Jason.
They have to stay on the line.
Actually, no, that was a scam.
But I've just done a quick calculation.
Is this you calling other people?
Oh no, you get
Oh, is your fridge running?
no, you get those phone calls saying you have to go onto your computer, go onto this.
Oh.
Infected by certain malware. You need to go onto this site. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Yeah.
And I sort of turned around and got annoyed with them. And I turned around and said to them, "Sorry, I only take technical support from English people." Because it was an Indian-sounding lady.
Oh my god.
She just went, "Oh my god," and hung up.
I
I pissed myself laughing. I'm telling you that much.
had one of those, and I was like, I don't know. Oh, are you in front? Is that in front of you? Your computer's been sending mail or something, sending messages to people. I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, oh yeah, but we're going to help you fix it. And are you sat at your computer? I was sat downstairs in front of the TV. No computers were turned on. And I was like, yeah, I'm sat in front of the TV, sat in front of the computer. And like, okay, do you see the control key down the bottom, the CTRL? I was like, yeah, see that. What's next to that? I was like, Alt. What's next to that? The Windows thing? Good, very good. What happened when you press that and this? I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, what would happen when you press it and we press it with T or something? I was like, oh, wait,
hold on, it's Control Windows then Alt.
I don't care. I just made it up.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, what happened? I just looked at him. I was like, oh shit. And he just went blue screen. I was like, oh, a blue screen's come up.
Yeah.
My computer's blue screen. What have you done to it? And they're like, oh no, this is all with Mac, PC and stuff. And they're like, have you pressed what happened? I was like, oh no, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. I've got a Mac. And he hangs up. He hangs up on me. I'm shocked.
That's the best thing ever.
That's so bad.
You've got to have some entertainment with these annoying bastards.
I've just done a quick calculation. The household, going back to the California thing,
Yeah.
over 30 years, or for each year, it's $760 they'll be saving a year. That seems more better.
Well, depending on how much...
That seems better. More better. How's it more better?
Correct my English. Well, sounds more better anyway.
Yeah, that sounds
It's
A saving of $760 a year instead of
Yeah, but
22,000
depending on
over
their
30
electricity
years.
bill, if their electricity bill is under 760...
Of course it depends on the
Yeah.
electricity bill.
I
But
know
that's still a massive saving
It's
though.
really cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a massive saving now. That's huge.
Oh, I suppose I've got a lot of...
Thanks.
wind farms.
Right, it's big toe.
No! No, it's actually my... Put my toe in your mouth.
No.
Oh, God. Can we not do this sort of thing?
No.
Next story.
Do you want to say something or do you want to transition?
No, I was going to get you to do too.
Fine, I don't know one.
I don't know. Actually, you can have a moment to yourself. You can have a little.
You can relax.
Relax. Okay, GoPro drones will be going on sale early 2016.
GoPro drones.
GoPro drones. So the
That might
CEO
help.
Nick Woodman has announced that they're currently working and plan to release drones specifically designed to work with the GoPro. Interestingly enough, there is a drone that was, I believe, kickstarted. But I'm not exactly sure about that. I can't remember the details perfectly. Called the Solo drone, which was built from the ground up to work with GoPro's exact, perfect.
Okay, yeah.
I was telling you about it earlier about
Yeah,
how
yeah.
you can plan it. But with the other one where it currently didn't have that active, it has active tracking and it has you can design a route for it. That DJI Inspire. It doesn't do it. This one does.
What do you mean it doesn't do it?
It doesn't look as cool because it'll probably be released later in the year. No, this one does it. So you can go. Right, I want to take a picture of this building or this field.
Yeah.
Draw a big circle around it, and I'll show you on Google Maps what you want to try and look at. And it goes, look, I want that. And it will keep flying up and down and do different positions to try and get the perfect shots of it.
Yeah.
Either video or still image.
Yeah.
So
Is this the GoPro drone or is this the one that was kickstarted?
this is the Solo drone.
This is Solo drone.
The GoPro drone, not many details about it.
Why is it GoPro drone? Why is it?
Because it's specifically being
Is it
built
created
by
by?
GoPro.
Okay, it's created by GoPro, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so this would be
Okay.
so that was made by 3D Robotics, the Solo one I was talking about. GoPro will be making their own ones, but
Interesting.
it's just interesting enough. I wonder if they'll take away any features from
Previous.
to DJI and to 3D Robotics.
Yeah.
So because they're making their own drones. Don't know why they're doing it. GoPro is so rich. Why don't they just buy 3D Robotics?
I don't know.
Well,
Make
the
more sense.
DJI of their Inspire One has its own camera on, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you can
that's
actually
their
get
own
the,
camera.
A 4K.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get-
but the interesting thing about that one though, compared to most other drones, is you've got a drone sat like it,
yeah.
and your legs interfere with. If it could look sideways, it would interfere with the 360 view. Whereas the
Yeah.
Inspire, it has that magical.
Yeah, no,
hands
but
and
you
legs.
can get.
No, not central, no.
This is a DJI one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get ones that, like yours, you can put a GoPro inside, but there are DJI ones that already have a camera on. You can get DJI ones which already have a camera, but then you can get ones like this, which are the cheaper versions, which have the
cameras are
GoPro.
quite shit. So.
Yeah, they're very bad. Apart from the Inspire one, which is 4K.
4K.
Any other
So yeah, that was a bit of interesting news.
Yeah.
I do apologise. So they're looking at to be released within the first half of 2016,
Wow.
which is next year, if anybody's wondering.
So roughly by this time next year, it should have been released.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Around this time next year.
Yeah.
Unknown price tag, unknown specs, but it's definitely a quadcopter because that's just the easiest thing to fly.
Yeah.
But GoPro are very good at building their products. I don't know how good they're going to be building their quadcopters because
unless they literally get some
masters. Former people. If they just nick a bunch of people from DJI.
Well, it depends on. They might have deleted now, but they might have been working on building a quadcopter past 2 years, maybe.
Past few years, yeah.
You never know. So they might have gone like, okay, we're not going to say anything because we want to be able to get like the basics. We want to be able to build a decent one first.
Could be.
So that's interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Last subject for today.
I got the last subject, and I wanted to save this till last today because this is fucking stupid. This is honestly ridiculous. Okay, so the police in India have arrested a pigeon.
Oh, this story!
What?
I only read the headline. I wanted to read it earlier.
There you go. Get to say it. Yeah, no, honestly, the police in India arrest a pigeon on charges that they believe it to be spying.
A pigeon.
Yes.
A flying rodent.
Yes.
FunkyPigeon.com is a spy.
Oh, the mistakes of that advert are going to be ridiculous, aren't they? Okay, explain it. The pigeon was discovered by a boy that was lived in a village 4 kilometres away from the Pakistani border, and when there was a message on its foot, and they rolled out the message and whatnot, and it was written partly in Urdu.
Urdu, yeah.
Urdu.
Urdu.
I'm impressed I pronounced that right first time.
Yeah,
pretty
good.
much.
Well
Yeah. It was written partly in Urdu, which is Pakistani's official language. So for some reason they went to straight. Oh, it's a spy. It's a secret message. It's a spy. So they believe that India's being spied on by pigeons from Pakistan. How stupid is that? The stupid thing is though, the pigeon's still in custody.
Who's got to pay its back? What is your name? Where do you own? Where are you from?
Who's the boss? Cool. Woo. No, you tell me who's on first.
That's why I'm asking. It's still. They did an X-ray on it and found nothing suspicious inside it.
Jesus Christ!
Suicide spy pigeon. Come on. Bang.
Oh, I got covered in pigeon guts.
Feathers. Oh, great.
Then you find bird flu.
Oh shit. It could. Well. But yeah, this is ridiculous. I had to stop reading it because I was just laughing.
You've absolutely got to love India. India are one of these places that are just
Crazy.
Oh, crazy. Like that. Okay, I remember a few years ago there was I think it was some type of eagle was arrested in Iran for being a US spy. And they put it on trial too.
What?
Exactly.
What was its defence?
I don't think it was anything.
Claw your face out! It tried to attack me. Say that.
It's shitting everywhere. Obviously infidel. So I'm going to
Fine, we shall sentence you to death over a roast dinner.
We'll be eating for a month.
Why a month? Why would an eagle last a month? How big's the eagle? Yeah, then they find out it's a drone that's stuck feathers to it. It's the biggest fucking eagle in the world.
It's
Every now and then you get a shock.
So tough.
Electric shock every now and then.
Electroshocky. Fucking idiots. Oh, I love India. India's such a great place. So yes, there we go. That's always amazing, interesting news.
Random
Stupidity of other countries.
Yes, pretty much. What's in there? Oh, my phone.
Shoots, man.
Stood for growth.
Right, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, end of part 2.
YouTube listeners and watchers, what the fuck you want to call yourself, you twats? Go ahead and tune in tomorrow for the next episode, part 3. You podcast listeners, you stick with us, and we will be right back.
Right back.